Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our spoken English session. How are you all? You can use the chat box to give the confirmations. And at the end of the class, I'm going to unmute you all so that if any queries are there, you can just answer, you can just ask it. Okay. So, how are you all? How was your weekend, Saturday and Sunday? Did you enjoy? Good. Okay. Glad to hear that you all are good. Morning. Yeah, good morning, guys. Okay. So, in our previous classes, that is 2 classes which we have done, we have discussed about the very basic rules of English, like how many letters are there, what are the types of greetings, what are the days, and how we can pronounce the days and the months of the year. And we have already done about how to set time in a professional way. Okay, so from today we are going to start the next level, that is related to punctuation mark. Punctuation mark is related to, guys, written English. I'll make sure that both the thing, written English and spoken English, both are different. Okay, written English I will use for writing letters, resumes, mails to your boss. Okay, and in that also some rules we all have to follow. And the basic rule that written English will have is the punctuation mark. Okay, so that is what we will going to discuss in our today's class, that is punctuation marks. These are the details related to our batch. For any queries, you can call the 2 numbers which is given on your screen. Okay. And in the chat box, I'll give the community link also. If you did not join the community, please join the community so that whatever the information related to our course will going to be kept in the WhatsApp community. No need to join the group, guys, as WhatsApp community is enough. Whatever the information related to the course will only be posted in the community, not in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so joining the community is more than enough. And if you have any queries related to our batch, like you wanted to ask doubt even after the completion of our class, you can just drop a mail to the support. From there, I'll help you out. These are the rules. You all know what are the rules you all have to follow in our class. Okay, so if you have any query in the middle of the session, just make sure to raise your hand. Whoever will raise the hand, I'll going to unmute them and they can ask their queries if any it's there related to our course. So today topic, let's start, that is related to punctuation marks, guys. Okay, used in return to separate sentences and their elements and to clarify meaning. So why we will use punctuation marks in the written English? Because to separate the sentences and to clarify the meaning and to provide the information in a correct manner to the other person. Like, for example, you wanted to write a paragraph to your boss. So writing it with all the things without any punctuation marks means it will make the mail complicated to understand. It will not provide the clear meaning to the one who is reading your messages or the mails. Okay, that is why, guys, punctuation marks in written English is very much important. Like how the parts of speech is very much important in both things, that is speaking English as well as the written English, same as the punctuation mark is important in the written English, guys. Okay, it will indicate, like punctuation marks will indicate the structure and organization of writing, as well as it will also provide the annotation and pause to be observed when some person is reading the text, guys. Okay, so what is punctuation marks? It will use to clarify the meaning by indicating separation of words into a sentence and clauses and phrases, guys. Okay, now what is clauses? Clauses is nothing but, guys, in clauses, like for example, clause is nothing but in which we will not use the verb. We will only use the subject, and we will only use the subject. That is nothing but the uh, clause. Okay. Okay, guys. And the second is the phrase. Phrase is nothing but which is a combination of all things like subject plus verb plus the object. Okay, this is nothing but the clauses and phrases, guys. Sometimes, like for example, man at the gate. Man at the gate is, man is nothing but the subject, guys, whom we are talking about. At the gate means we don't know the person is standing, sitting, or what the person is doing. Okay, that will be considered as the phrase. Like for example, the door, the man at the gate, which the man at the gate, the door is only the subject. We are talking about only the door, but what the door is opened or it's closed, we don't know. So these kind of sentences will be considered as the phrases, guys. Whereas clauses, it will have all the things, that is subject, verb, and object. Example of the clauses will be like, the man at the gate talking with the guard. Okay, so the man is the subject at the gate, at the gate, and what the action the person is doing means talking with the guard. So these kind of sentence will be known as the phrases. So what is the difference between the phrase and clauses? It is simple, guys. In a phrase, we will only be using the subject, whereas in the clause, we will use subject, verb, and object. It is important, guys, because in our upcoming classes we will be discussing about subject, we'll be discussing about phrases and clauses. So small information for today is enough. Okay, let's move on to our topic, that is punctuation mark. How many types of punctuation mark, guys? Can anyone tell me in the chat box, please, how many types of punctuation marks are there and what are they according to you all? Because as you all are working, you must know, as you will deal with the mails, okay, with the messages to the students on WhatsApp. So can you please tell me, guys, what kind of punctuation marks you will use in your day-to-day work, and according to you, how many types of punctuation marks are there, guys? Please let me know in the chat box. Yes, correct. Question mark, comma, quotation, exclamatory mark. Okay. Yes, these are correct answer. Other than this, guys, there are also other punctuation marks which we will use. If you want to give answer also, guys, if you will raise your hand, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, so let's discuss about what are the kinds of punctuation marks are there. So most of the time, guys, like most of the time in written English, these are the 10 punctuation marks which we will be using, okay, in a written English. First will be the full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, the question mark, exclamatory mark, inverted commas, dash, hyphen, apostrophe. And most common thing with, like, most common punctuation marks which we will use mostly is full stop, comma, right, question mark, exclamatory mark also will not use mostly. Okay, and the apostrophe. These the three we will use commonly in our written English language. That's full stop, comma, question mark, and apostrophe. So let me explain in detail about all the punctuation marks and where you can use these punctuation marks whenever you are typing a mail or doing a conversation in a written form. So let's start it, guys. So full stop is also known as period, guys. It is in the form of small dot. Okay. the symbols are given here, guys. This side, this is the symbol of the full stop or the period. So when we will use this, this means when we are ending the sentence, or else end of the conversation. In that case, we will be using the full stop. It is also called as period, guys. Okay, examples are given like Jack and Jane went to the market. So it is the full complete sentences which is showing the work done by two persons, that is Jack and Jane. Means we have done the completion of our sentence. That is nothing but, guys, full stop. In that case, we have to use the full stop at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning of the sentence. Another important information, guys, that whenever you are using or whenever you are typing a mail, the first letter of your mail or the conversation must be of capital. After that, you can use the small letters, guys. Okay, and when the end of the conversation is done, you have to use the full stop. This is the first rule of using the full stop. Now the second rule, guys, that is related to the abbreviations. Abbreviation is nothing but the, guys, short form. Like MA is nothing but Master of Arts. Like instead of going with the full form, we are using like full stop to show the person that okay, this is the short form of something. Like MP is nothing but Member of Parliament. UNO, United Nation Organization. So whenever we are going with the abbreviations, that is nothing but short form of something, then we will going to use the full stop, guys. Clear? Now, the first thing is completed, that is full stop. In that we have done with the two rules. First, we will use the full stop in the completion of the sentence. Second, we will be using the full stop in case of short forms or abbreviations, guys. Okay. Now comes to the comma, guys. So I'm continuing. It doesn't mean that if you have any query, you will not ask, guys. If you have any query, you can raise your hand in the middle of the topic also. I'm going to stop myself and I'm going to clear your query, guys. Okay, do not hesitate. If you have any query, you can just raise your hand. I'll help you out. Thank you. Okay, so now let's come to the topic that is related to the comma. Okay, so this is the symbol of the comma, guys. Comma, guys. Okay, now why we will use comma means we will use comma in respect of it is a returning style, guys. Definitely it is a returning style because it is a punctuation marks. So why we will use comma means we will use comma to separate the sentences, guys. Okay, separation of sentences is nothing but, guys, like for example, you are talking about two sentences. Okay, like I am going to market. I am going to market. Bring the vegetables. Okay, I am going to market is the separate sentence, guys, and bringing the vegetable is the separate sentence. Like for example, another example will be I will not come to the office. I'm not feeling well. Okay, I will not come to the office. I'm not feeling well. This is the sentence you wanted to give to your manager or the boss, telling that you are not going to come. So if you will observe in this sentence, I am not going to come, I am not feeling well. So I am not going to come is a separate sentence, guys. I am not feeling well is another sentence. So to make the clarification in the sentence, we will use a comma. How you can use means I am not going to come to office, comma, I am not well, which means it is giving a clear information why you are not attending the uh, office today. Okay, now let's see about the rules of the comma. So say though there are some rules regarding the comma. Okay, first it will help in the separation of list. Okay, within the sentence. For example, if you wanted to say some persons about your hobbies, okay, then you can use the commas in a return form. Like for example, my hobbies are playing cricket, comma, watching TV, comma, watching dramas, comma, and spending time with my family. So here what I have used in the commas to separate my list of hobbies, and by using the commas it will give a clear information to the in front person what are my hobbies are. Okay, this is the first rule. Second rule, guys, to direct address. Direct address is nothing but like directly you are pointing out to a person. Like for example, in my class, sometime I'll directly point out to a person. Like I'll say like good day Amrish, or else Shiva, or else Deepika. Which if like this is a speaking way, but I want to type in the chat box means I'll going to use like a comma. Like for example, like for example, I'll say thanks for all joining in my session. Then I'll use comma. If I want to directly address someone, I'll use the comma. Then I'll use the name like Siva, Deepika, Muhammad, or others. Okay, like this. Whenever you are directly pointing to someone, then we can use the comma. Like in like for another example will be like you are writing a mail. Okay, in a mail you are going to send the mail to all your team members or the colleagues, but you particularly want to say something to a particular person. So what you will do like please complete the task, uh, please complete the tasks by tomorrow, comma, like in your colleague, if someone name is there Shiva, you will say please complete the task by tomorrow, comma, Shiva, which means you are directly pointing out to Shiva to complete the tasks by tomorrow. This is the second rule related to comma. Now the third rule. Third rule I already explained, like separating of two sentences. What example I have given means I am not well, I am not going to come to office. Okay. Same, this is the third rule. We went to the movies, comma, and then we went out to lunch. But guys, if we are going like if we are going for speaking English, we will not say like we went to the movies, comma, and then we went out to lunch. No, we will not say so. Directly we will say like we went to the movies and then we went out to lunch. Okay. Now the fourth rule, guys, true of a noun or phrase apposition. Okay. What is the meaning of apposition, guys? Anyone knows what is the meaning of apposition? Please let me know. See, guys, before understanding all the paragraph, okay, so before going with all the paragraphs, first and the foremost thing in English, guys, to understand the heading. Once you understand the heading, guys, everything will be understandable. So that is why, guys, what is the opposition is nothing but relation to something, guys. That is nothing but the opposition, which means the fourth rule of the comma is to of the noun or else the phrase. Phrase means if sometimes the sentence will not have the verb, so in that case also we can use the comma. So first example will be Milton. Milton, what is Milton? Milton is the name of the great Indian poet, guys. Okay, and what he will do means he is a great poet and he was blind. So if you observe in our example, first example, that is Milton the great English poet was blind. Milton is the name, that is the noun. Great English poet, again English poet means again the name, that is noun, was blind. Again how he was we are telling means it is again the noun. That is why, guys, to separate the nouns in a one sentence we are using the comma. Another example will be like for another example will be your boss name. For example, your boss name is Rajesh. So what you will say? Rajesh, comma, the boss of for example, your company name is Logic Labs. Okay, so you will say Rajesh, the boss of Logic Labs, comma, started his business in for example, started his business in 1964. Like, so by this example, what you have understand means there are three things I have used. That is Rajesh, name of a person. Okay, which company he is started. That is again the name of the company means now when he was started. So these three things means I want to give the full information about the person who have started the so and so company. So for give you the complete information, what I am using means I am using the commas, guys. Make sure to keep these all the rules in your mind, guys, whenever you are writing a email. To make it more informative, to make it more attractive, you definitely have to use the uh, punctuation marks, guys. Okay. Okay, other rules related to the commas, guys. Again, when it is related to the verbs, guys. Okay, Ram received a fountain pen. Hari a what? Which means here again, if you are seeing this, guys, here I'm using the comma, which means I'm taking the names of two persons here. That is why after the semicolon, if I want to continue with my topic, I have to use the comma. For example, sir, I have completed my project, comma, Hari did not. Okay, like you wanted to give the information, like whatever the task was provided, you have completed, but your other colleague of yours did not completed the task. In that also you can use the comma, guys. And the sixth rule will be whenever you are direct speech is nothing but you are saying directly, okay, without any indirect speech is nothing but, guys, like you are reporting something, like you are going in a meeting and your boss, whatever your boss is telling you, you are typing that kind of typing will be considered as the indirect. Okay, whereas direct is nothing but from your side you are mailing something without anyone's including it. That is nothing but the, guys, direct speech. So whenever you are going for the direct speech, use the commas while writing the dates. Whenever you are writing the date like 19 November, 2nd December, comma, then you have to write the year. Okay, so instead of using the conjunctions, also conjunctions are nothing but and, or, but, also. So instead of going for that, instead of using the and, you can also use the comma, guys. For example, I am not coming to office because I am not well. So instead of using the because, you can use the comma. I am not coming to office, comma, I am not well. Like this you can use. So these are the 8 rules related to the comma, and we have done with the comma. We have done with the full stop and comma. Any query you want to ask, guys, please let me know. I'll be waiting for you all. If you have understand, just give a yes in the chat box. If any queries, please raise your hand, or else you can also use the chat box to give your query there. Yes, clear. Only one confirmation, guys. As I told you, I want all my students to be active in the class. Please respond, guys. Yes, yes. Okay. So that was a common thing, like using of full stop and comma. Thank you for the confirmation, whoever is giving. So it means I am also satisfied that my student have understand the two topics related to the punctuation marks. Okay. Now let's move further, guys. That is related to semicolon. So semicolon, what is the difference between the colon and the comma? Semicolon and the comma, guys. So whenever you are taking a longer pause, like whenever you are taking your time to think something, then like for example, I'm not coming to office. Okay, this is your sentence that you will going to mail or send to your boss as a message. Then you are just thinking about the reason, what reason I should provide, like you are thinking, which means you are taking a longer pause. Then in that case, you can use the semicolon, or else using the comma is also the good way of writing a mail or a message to your boss. Now, semicolon, guys, which means it is a longer pause than the comma. Okay, semicolon will use commonly to link a single sentence depending two independent clauses that are closely related in thought, which means when we will use the semicolons, guys, we will use the semicolons to separate the words which is closely related, guys, closely related. For example, you are taking the leave, then you are talking about your work. So how it is closely related, guys? First you are applying for a leave, then you are talking about your work, so it is not closely related. But if you are taking a leave and you are telling the reason for your leave, it is relatable. Okay, both the things are related, means taking a leave because you are having a problem, that is why you are taking a leave. In that case, guys, you have to use the semicolon. Like for example, given on your screen that some people write with the some people write with a word process. Then you are thinking word process is not only the one thing which people will use to type something. Other thing also people will use, like paper pen or pen pencil, or paper pencil. So that is why, guys, it is a pause we have taken. Then we will telling that okay, no, other than the word process, pen and pencil can be used to write the things. Okay, that is why, guys, it is called as longer than the comma, guys. Another example, guys, like yoga helps prevent back pain. Okay, semicolon, proper posture is also important. So first I am telling like, see, doing yoga is very helpful. Okay, now now I am taking a pause and I am thinking like why it is important, means it is important to give you a proper post posture. Okay, that is why it is important, I am telling. Okay, now where you don't have to use the semicolon, guys. First we have done like we have to use the semicolon when there is an independent clause. A clause is nothing but, guys, a full complete sentence which will have the subject, verb and the object. Okay, so we don't have to use then the opposite of this is nothing but we don't have to use the semicolon when it is related to the phrases is nothing but only the subject. Okay, or there is no subject. In that case, we don't have to use the semicolon. So this is the first rule related to the semicolon, that we have to use it when we are giving a complete sentence with a complete information. Okay, and we are taking a longer pause, then we should use the semicolon. Now, second rule of semicolon is nothing but, guys, when you are giving the list of the things. Okay, then in that case you have to use the semicolon. Like how we are using it here, guys. See, here we are using it, right? Same here also we are using the same thing. Like, see, we are using the comma, then also we are using the semicolon, and then we are completing our sentence. Like this, same we have to use the semicolon also. Now comes to the colon, guys. Fourth punctuation mark is colon. What is colon means, guys? It is complete pause then a semicolon, whereas semicolon is the longer pause, guys, like we are just keeping a pause and we are telling everything, whereas comes to the colon, guys, we are giving the list of the things. Okay, first rule will be the providing the list, guys. Okay, okay, so first is providing the list of the things. For example, we have taken science. Okay, so what are the subjects will come in science? So we are giving the list. Science is colon, physics, chemistry, zoology, biology, etc. Okay, like same another example related to IT field, I'm using IT. Okay, now in IT field, what are the things will come? Courses will come like AWS, Azure, VMware, other courses will come. That is the first rule of the colon. Okay. Now the second will be the okay. Second will be the explanation, like explanation of something. You want to give the reasons to your sentence. Then in that case, you can use the you can use the colon. Okay. You can use the colon. Like for example, the reason for delay my work is this. Like you are giving the reason to your explanation. Then in that case, we can use the colon. Like in while you are another example will be while you are writing a mail to your boss in delay of the work. Like you can say the reason of my delay in the project. Then you have to use the colon. I was not well. Okay, this is the example, guys. Now, the third rule is quotation. Quotation is nothing but, guys, like some word said by a famous person and it is the important thing. Okay, then in that case, we can use the colon. Okay, like who the person whoever is saying. Okay, the person name, then who said this means this person has said this. Okay, so like for example, you can take like Aisha says colon whatever the important thing I said. Like for example, you can take any of the examples of your by own. Like Gandhi says, live in a peace. Okay, avoid violence. Okay, like this you can take the example that is related to the rule comes as colon, guys. Okay, now another will be the fifth one will be the question mark. It is very easy, guys. Whenever you are asking a question in a conversation, you have to use the question mark. And question mark, it's very useful. Like most of the time we will use the question mark. So this is the question mark symbol, guys. Okay, any doubts, guys? Anything you wanted to ask, you can ask now, please. We have done with the uh, five type of punctuation marks. Still here, any doubt? No. Okay, so let's move further. That is exclamatory mark. Exclamatory mark, guys, in our simple words, guys, exclamatory mark is also a interjection, guys. Interjection also we will use the exclamatory mark. Thank you for the confirmation, guys, in the chat box. Okay, exclamatory mark we will use in the interjection as well. So exclamatory mark, when we will use exclamatory mark, guys, according to you, guys, when we will use exclamatory mark according to you, like you will write the mails, right? Or else you will do the conversation with your colleague or other persons. According to you, guys, when we will use the exclamatory mark, guys? Or according to you, what is interjection is about? Can you please, can anyone let me know?
It's like oh, like that.
Yes. In other words, it is said as sudden expressions, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
Correct. Yeah, sudden expressions. Oh, ouch, hooray, wow. Okay, these kind of words will be considered as the interjection and using of exclamatory mark. Yes, Amrish, you're raising your hand. I have already given the permission. You can unmute yourself, please. Any query, Amrish? I've already given you the permission. You can unmute and you can ask your query if you have any. Okay, so let's move to the topic, guys. That is the six punctuation marks. that is exclamatory mark. So exclamatory mark we will use, guys, when there is a sudden emotion or sudden expression we wanted to show in our conversation. For example, you got a promotion. Okay, so what you will be like, suddenly you don't know that sudden boss said in the meeting like this person got the promotion. So how you will write something like you wanted to say to your best friend, like you will write like I got a promotion, I was very happy. Then exclamatory mark, which means it is a sudden emotion that is showing that you was very happy when you got to know that you got a promotion. Yeah, hooray, you can say hooray, I got the promotion. Like this you can express your emotions, guys. Okay, second rule, guys, like oh, whenever you will use oh, okay, like oh my god, oh such an amazing person, oh lovely dress. So oh is nothing but it is also the expressions, guys, whichever you are giving like in a return as well as in a speaking English. Oh, like after using the oh, also you can use the exclamatory mark, guys, or the end of your sentence whenever you are using the expression oh, then also you can use here the exclamatory mark, guys. Okay, now now in like whenever you are listening to a very sharp thing or the sudden sound you are listening, like you are listening you have listened a bang, okay, like crash of something, okay, some utensils fall down, like how the things will be, you will be like sudden emotions will be there. In that case also we can use the exclamatory markers. And last will be, guys, whenever there is a sticking out or ironic statement. Like ironic statement is nothing but, guys, whenever you are giving the sudden statements, guys, related to something, like when I was going, like afraid expression, like example, when I was walking in the night, I saw a ghost, which means it is a afraid expressions of yours. So when you are writing this as a message to your best friend, you can use the exclamatory mark. By the exclamatory mark, the other person will understand like, okay, like he or she was afraid when they saw a ghost. Okay, like this also you can use at the end of your sentence whenever you want to give a expression, like instead of using hooray, wow, ouch, okay, ouch, or else bang, like you can use at the your sentences also, to show that you was very much uh, sudden expressions or emotions you are showing in your sentence, you can use at the end of your sentence as well, guys. Okay, these are the common sudden expressions where everyone will have in their day-to-day activities, guys, like fear, anger, surprise, and happiness. Other than this also we will be having, guys, but most of the time, which what are the sudden expression which every person will have is nothing but, guys, fear, anger, surprise, and happiness. Okay, these are the things we will be using. So if you will see here, guys, I'm not using here ah, or else I'm not using in a surprise hooray, or else I'm not using oh, or else I'm not using oh. So in that case, what I am doing, I am using it at the end of the sentence. By the end of the sentence, whenever I'm using the exclamatory mark, I'm getting to know that okay, okay, which means the person is showing their emotions. Now comes to the inverted commas. Inverted commas is also nothing but quotation mark, guys. So in a simple word, guys, in a simple information, quotation is nothing but, guys, whenever you want to say something important, okay, something important, if you wanted to show to others, or else if you wanted to convey your thing, like this is the important part of the conversation, then you can use the inverted comma or quotation mark. Both are same, guys. Symbol you can see the given, guys. Okay, so make sure, guys, whenever you are using the quotation and you are starting with the quotation, you have to use this, guys. Okay, this is nothing but, guys, starting of the quotation. quotation. This is the end of the quotation. Like whenever you are starting to mark something important, this is the open. Okay, open quotation mark, and this is the closed quotation or inverted marks, guys. For example, you are writing a letter to your boss. Okay, you're writing a letter to your boss and you wanted to say something very important topic. Okay, then in that case, you can use the inverted commas or quotation mark. Like you can see the example which is given on your screen. The doctor asked. Okay, first, this is the first sentence. But even the completion of first sentence, we are continuing. So we are using the comma, guys. Okay, what did you have for breakfast? Now it is the question, that is why question mark. So this is the important thing, right? The doctor will ask to every patient whenever we are going for a medicine. That is why, guys, quotation we are using. That is, we wanted to show that that is a important thing. Opening quotation, closing quotation. If you perform well, then I will continue. He said. Okay. Okay, these are the two sentences, right? The doctor asked, or else if you want to use like the boss said. Okay, the boss said is comma. Okay, to come like opening quotation, this quotation mark, to complete the task by today. Then by today, after today, you have to use the closing inverted commas, which means it is an important thing your boss said to you, that to complete the work by today. There should be no pending of work for tomorrow. Okay, so that is the very important thing. That is why you are using the quotation mark. Now another rules will be, guys, whenever you are going for the quotations like how we have seen here in our first related to the colon, guys. Whenever it is related to the quotation is nothing but something important or quote sent by the other person. So this is the quote sent by a person, like Pope wrote, a little learning is dangerous thing. Okay, like this you can say, or else other quotation or quotes also you wanted to say of the other persons. Okay, like that also you can use the inverted commas whenever, in a simple words, guys, whenever there is something important and you want to show that in your written part, then you have to use the inverted commas. Okay. Now comes the apostrophe, guys. Apostrophe is nothing but when we will use the apostrophe, guys, when we wanted to tell something to a person related to the ownership. Okay, ownership, or else we are going for a short forms, we can use the quotation, we can use the apostrophe. First rule of the apostrophe will be possessiveness, like children's book, or else adults movies, or else we can say like we can say children movies, or else we can say boys, or else we can say Rajesh's laptop. Okay, or else Aisha's English course, which means it is showing the possessiveness. Possessiveness is nothing but the, guys, owner. Okay, ownership. Okay, in that case we can use the possessiveness. Okay, now the second rule, guys, used to mark on omission. Omission is nothing but short forms. Okay, short forms whenever you're going, like we double L is nothing but we will. Okay, she apostrophe S is nothing but she is. So if you will observe in the second rule, guys, we are using the apostrophe instead of the letter which is missing. So which letter is missing here? Means she is, is. So instead of I, which letter is missing? That is I is missing. So instead of I am using the apostrophe and am including the S. Okay, I have HA. I'm missing H and A. So in place of HA, I'm going with the apostrophe. Won't, WONT. Won't is nothing but would not. Okay. would not. So instead of N-O-T, I'm using O. Instead of O, I'm using the apostrophe. So like this, we are going to use the as apostrophe in our second case. Now comes to the third case, that is when there are plural nouns. Okay, plural and singular. What is singular is nothing but, guys, only one thing, like Raj, Ramesh, Naresh, Muhammad, Deepika. Okay, like only one person I'm talking about. But if I want to talk about the plural things, like there are two Deepikas are there, for example, in our class, or two Naresh are there. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to say Naresh. Okay, apostrophe. I'm not going to use the apostrophe after the Naresh. I'm going to use Naresh, and then I'll use the apostrophe. Then I will add the I'll add the apostrophe, guys. Got it? Like, instead of going like this, I'll go Naresh, and after the S, I'm going to add the apostrophe, which means I'm talking about all the Naresh mm, present in our class, guys. Like more than one Naresh is there. Like this, I can use. But if there is only one Naresh, what I'll use like this. Okay, so this is the difference between the plural and singular using of apostrophe, guys. Got it? Now the another rule, that is to form the plural of figures or numbers. That is what it is telling about: 5, 10s, 13s, 14s. Okay, like s, whatever we are adding, so it is a singular. That is why 5, then apostrophe, I'm using the s, guys. Okay, understand, guys, till here? Now the ninth uh, now the ninth uh, punctuation mark is hyphen. Hyphen is a very easy thing, guys. Hyphen we will use when it is related to the compound noun, compound adjective, compound preposition, compound adverb, or else in a prefix. Okay, compound noun is nothing but, guys, when two nouns are combining together and making a one noun. Okay, and other example will be, guys, butter. Butter is different, guys, which we will use in to eat. Okay, fly is different, guys. Fly means it is a kind of a insects. But what I'm doing means I'm just combining this butter and I'm combining the fly. What it is becoming? It is becoming butterfly. So in that case, compound noun, it is called as a compound noun. Okay, now comes to the compound adjective. Compound adjectives is nothing but, guys, combination of two adjectives. About the parts of speech, we will going to learn in our further class in detail, guys. Okay, so compound adjective means showing the quality or quantity. Okay, then we can use like amazing person. Okay, amazing is different, guys. Person is different, but we are combining it and making as a amazing person. In that case, I'm using the hyphen in the middle. And another will be, guys, in case of preposition and adverb. Preposition means in is nothing but preposition, guys. So father-in-law or else mother-in-law. Mother is different. In is a preposition. Law is different, guys. Okay, like this we can use the hyphen. Now the last is the prefix. Prefix is nothing but, guys, some kind of words we will use in the starting of our thing. Like, for example, Miss. Okay, Miss means Miss is the suffix. We have to use Miss. Misunderstanding. Miss is nothing but the prefix, guys. Okay. Okay, in these cases or in these rules, we have to follow whenever we are writing the hyphen. Now the last punctuation mark, guys, that is related to the dash. Okay, dash is longer than hyphen, guys, and when we will use the dash means to change something, like we are changing the thought. Okay, like we are taking a thought and we are changing, like we are complaining about our boss to our colleague. Okay, now we are telling that our boss is not good. Then I'm taking a break. Like maybe he is good when he is not working. Okay, like this means I'm taking a break. First, I'm telling that my boss is not good. Second, I'm taking a break and I'm telling that maybe he is good when he is not working, which means whenever he is with the family, he will not be in a anger mood. I'm telling that is why, guys, dash we have to use. And the second rule, guys, to sum up the sum items, which means all the things we are taking and then at the last we are telling what is that things. Okay, like for example, for example, cucumber, radish, carrot, ladyfinger, spinach, cauliflower. These are the list of the vegetables. Then I'm using the dash and I'm telling all are vegetables. Okay, which means I'm sum up is nothing but, guys, all together. Okay, all together I'm mixing the items and at the last I'm telling that it is a vegetable. For related to persons means, guys, like for example, in a siblings are there siblings, which means for example I'll say Raj, Ramesh, Rohit, Ankita, Rani, Lakshmi. These are the names. Then I'll use the dash. All are siblings. Okay, like this we can use the dash as a second rule. Now third rule, guys, that is ranges. Okay, when we want to go with the range, you can use this. You can see dash in the children's book, guys. Like whenever the teacher want to say like 30, like instead of using 51 to 59, they'll just use the dash to tell the student to write from 51 to 59 in their books. But if we are going for our speaking English, guys, we will use TO2 to tell something. Okay, like X to Z, A to Z. Okay, but in the case of written English, guys, instead of using two, what we are using means we are using the dash, and dash is longer than the hyphen, guys. This is the difference between the dash and the hyphen. So we have completed our punctuation mark, guys. In a simple in a small information, let me tell again, full stop is nothing but, guys, whenever at the end of our sentence, like end of our conversation, we are using the full stop. Comma is nothing but, guys, when we are using the comma, when we are separating the two sentences, then in that case we are using the comma. Example of the full stop means I am ending the class at 7 o'clock. Full stop. Comma. Now, for example of comma means I am going to end the class at 7 o'clock, comma, and I will go to the office, which means this is the two separate sentences. I'm just clubbing it using the comma. Now comes the semicolon. Semicolon, when we are using the semicolon, guys, when we are using the semicolon,
Two sentences ki majlo. I mean, if you want to give gap between two sentences.
yes, correct. If we want to give the uh, uh, if we want to separate the sentences, which is a independent clause. Independent clause is nothing but, guys, a sentence which will have the subject, verb as well as the object. In that case, we are using the semicolon. Semicolon. Okay, example of the semicolon will be I miss the bus, semicolon, I guess I'm walking to school. Okay, now for that is colon. Colon is nothing but to give the list of something. For example, science, then colon, what are the subjects will include in the science, like physics, chemistry, zoology. These are the examples or example of, this is the example of the colon. Now comes to the question mark. Whenever you are asking a question, where are you going? Who are you? Question mark. Exclamatory mark, guys, sudden emotion you want to show in your sentence, then you are using the exclamatory mark. Oh God, what a terrible nightmare. Okay, then you are oh God, after oh God you are using the exclamatory mark. Inverted commas, whenever you are using inverted comma, guy, whenever you want to say something important said by the person, or else something important you want to say to the person. For example, inverted comma will be I'm going to learn English within a 1 month. So within a 1 month, you are just adding the quotation mark or inverted commas, which means it is important. Like within a 1 month only, you have to learn the English. Now comes to the dash. That dash is longer than the hyphen, and we will use dash whenever we want to know the series of something, like X, then dash, then Y, which means X to Y. Hyphen is shorter than the dash, guys, and we will use the hyphen whenever it is related to the compound things, that is compound adjectives, compound adverb, compound preposition, and compound noun. The last will be the apostrophe. Whenever we will use apostrophe whenever we want to show the possessiveness of something. Possessiveness is nothing but the guy's ownership. Example of the hyphen means butterfly, or else father-in-law, mother-in-law. Apostrophe, Rajesh's laptop. Okay, like this we can use the apostrophe. Any query, guys? I have unmuted each and everyone. If you have any query, you can ask, because we have done with our today's topic. And I have already given the permission to you to ask your queries. You can unmute yourself, guys. Those who did not introduce themselves in our previous classes, please unmute yourself and let me know that what are the issues you are facing in learning the English and why you have joined our English course. Please, guys, unmute yourself and let me know. And those who have already introduced themselves, please give the confirmation in the chat box that you are satisfied with today's class. Please, guys, I'll be waiting for you all to give your confirmations. I understand. Okay, Muhammad. Okay, Suresh. Other than these two guys, what are my other students are waiting for? Please give a confirmation, or else you can unmute yourself as well. Yes, got it. Hello, Raji. Good morning. Okay, Naresh. Whenever the meeting link will going to change, we'll send you the link for those who for the persons who have made the payment. Okay. So, guys, understand about today's class? Any doubts? Any queries? Understand, ma'am. Amresh, you wanted to ask something because you was raising your hand. That is why I'm asking. If you want to ask, please, you can ask. Understand, ma'am. Okay, if you understand means it's a very good thing, guys. Okay, so before ending of our session, let me share something with you. Guys, I'm just keeping a chat like WhatsApp community in the chat box. Please join from there, and I'm going to share the payment link as well, as some of the students said that they don't know how to go and find the payment link. So I'm just providing the payment link in the chat box, guys. By clicking that, you can directly go to the payment page. I'm not understanding the conversation sometimes, and I'm not able to answer in the proper sentence to anyone. This is my problem. Okay, Venkatesh, Thank you for letting me know your problem. That is why you are not making a proper sentence, means it is related to the tenses, guys. Sometimes we don't know the proper tenses, how to use, where to use, when to use. That is why we will face the issues whenever we are doing the conversation with the other persons. Okay, so don't worry, Venkatesh. In our course, I'm going to explain each and everything in detail so that you will not have this problem to face again in your conversation. Okay, guys, let me share the thing how you have to do the payment, guys. Just go to the Logic Labs Technologies, type Logic Labs Technologies, then click here. You can go for the upcoming batches, guys, here. Okay, from here our batch number is, guys, 246. If you want to join the WhatsApp community, just click here on the WhatsApp community. The link will going to be open, and from here you can join the chat, guys. Okay, and for the demo registration means like if you wanted to share this registration link so to your friend, family members who are not good in speaking English, you can just click here, or else you can go with this option also, copy the link, and you can send to the person whoever you wanted to help them out to learn the English. Now buy now is nothing but the, guys, here, from here you can purchase our course, that is 246. Make sure, guys, whenever you are making the payment, you have to check the detail that like the timings of our class, the trainer name, and the batch number. From here you can just go with the buy course. Okay, here you can go with the checkout and you can go with all the process, guys. Okay, so if you want to know the course content, here is the course content guide, guys. Go through with the course content as well. Course content link has been changed, guys. I'll provide you in the chat box later. Okay, this is how you have to do the payment. And those who have done with the payment and they don't know how to check the recordings in the Logic Labs portal, let me share that as well also, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, this is how you have to access the recordings, guys. Okay, like notes and all, you will be facing issues whenever you are you wanted to go with this. So what you have to do means, guys, first provide the credential. Credential is nothing but, guys, your email details and password which you will use to access your account. Okay, that is your credential. And I'm repeating, guys, whenever you are making the payment, guys, make sure to use your personal email and with a correct password. And go here, dashboard, guys. When you will click on the dashboard, once you get the login, you will get the active courses page. Click on that and your course will be displayed here like this. And you can go with here, the day wise recordings and notes will be here. Okay, guys, so this is how you have to go with that. So as you don't have any queries, guys, related to our course and the WhatsApp community link, I have already posted in the chat box, and as well as the payment link. Let's end our today's session, guys. Have a nice and very pleasant day, guys. Have your breakfast and then get ready for your work. Thank you for taking out your precious time to learn the speaking English sessions. Thank you all for joining in my session. I'll be very glad that if you will join in all my upcoming sessions, guys, so that I'll help you out whatever the problems you are facing while learning the English, or else while talking with the other persons, guys. Okay, and I hope all of the members, our journey will be till the end of our 4 weeks, guys. Okay, if you have any doubts, guys, do not hesitate to ask me. I'm here to help you out, guys. Okay, thank you for joining once again, guys. Let's end our today's session, and tomorrow be ready at 6 o'clock. Thanks, ma'am. Welcome all of you, whoever is telling the thank you in the chat box. Welcome all. It's my pleasure to help you all out. Okay, thank you guys. Let's meet tomorrow, and good night also, because in the evening we will not be having the class. That is why good night, and have a healthy meal. Spend your time with the family, as well as give your time. You give yourself also some time to learn English language, or else to learn other things whichever you are lacking behind. Thank you for joining, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. Bye.